All right, let's try this again. We're going to do part 2 of the program that we just did. We got lots of problems with Zoom and YouTube. They don't like what we say. What can we do, ladies and gentlemen? They don't like what we say. So, of course, when they don't like what we say, they cause problems. Program that we just did. All right. We're back again. Good thing is we're tenacious. We don't give up. They can play their games as they like. We are here. So I was going to play for you the video. Unfortunately, we've been told we don't have sound, so you won't hear it. But fortunately, you don't need to hear it because it's in Persian. I will translate it for you in English. I can hear it on this side. I don't know why you guys can't hear it on that side, but I'm going to play it anyway. So I'm hoping that you can have the video pop up on your screens too. And I believe it just did. So now we can start. Let me give you the background of it. This is the Iranian parliament and Iran. And all of the parliamentary members, as you can see, they're all gathered here, right? All of them, except maybe like one. Those are the really lazy ones, you know. They're all gathered together. This is directly after Islamic Republic of Iran shot 300 missiles, some drones at Israel. And what you see is all of these parliamentary members and unanimously got together to come and chant that they are behind their Islamic spiritual leader, Cockroach Ali Khamenei. But as you can see, Cockroach Ali Khamenei is nowhere to be found. I mean, he should be standing right here in front of them, since they said they're standing behind him. But he's nowhere to be found. He's hiding under the ground, about 300 meters down deep under the ground. He's hiding somewhere. Like all cockroaches, they hide underground. You know, they come out from the toilet, and then I'm not joking, that's where cockroaches come from. They come out of the toilet, they swim all the way up, then they come out of the toilet, and then they come and look for food in your house, and they poop and pee their way to wherever the food was and back, so that other cockroaches can follow that scent and line that they just made, so they can all come out and, you know, go into your foods. So they come out of your toilets. So this Ali Khamenei does the same. He's a cockroach. He's a cockroach. He lives like a cockroach. Deep, deep underground. His friends are rats and mice. Like Nasrullah in Lebanon, that's a big rat. He's been hiding under the ground for about the last 35 years of his life. He's been hiding under the ground, you know. He doesn't come out. He never sees the daylight. He's like a mole rat, you know, the blind one. He just stays under the ground all the time, you know. So, Ali Khamenei, the cockroach, from time to time, he'll pop his head out and move his antennas and check things out. But Sayyid Nasrullah over there, the big rat, he just stays on the ground and gets fatter and fatter. Anyway, that's what they're chanting. Let's see. We have faith. We have faith in our Rahbar, in the spiritual leader. We have faith. We have faith. Oh, spiritual leader of freedom. We are ready. We are ready. What are you ready for? You want to go to war? Go grab a gun and go over there and fight. No, you won't do that? Oh, okay. And you talk about a leader who's going to bring you freedom. What kind of freedom? What freedom are we talking about? In Iran, they all have to wear the veil. They all have to cover themselves with a chador. You saw in the earlier video, remember, the woman covered herself with a chador. That's it. That's how the women have to be. You're not allowed to sing. You're not allowed to even sing poetry. Forget songs. You're not even allowed to sing poetry from Iran's biggest Persian authors. You know, like how in English you have Shakespeare. We have Sadi, Hafiz, and a few others. You know, we got like 4. You know, you got 1 in English. We got 4 in Persian, okay? Even what those people write, like Rumi and the rest, you can't even recite that because it's against Islamic law. You can't be sitting with a female in your car because someone's going to stop you to ask you, who is that? You know, it's none of their business that, you know, your supposed wife, or FUCKING contract, is sitting with you. No, no. You can't even do that in Iran. Remember, we showed you the mullah last week where he was saying that people think what? Iran is Syria, war-stricken Syria, that you have all these rights. So in war-stricken Syria, people have more rights than they do in Iran. So what freedom are you guys talking about? Huh? The mullah last week told you there's no freedom over here. It came from the horse's mouth. And now they're complaining and they're chanting about the spiritual leader who represents freedom. He's going to bring freedom. What kind of freedom? He has all of you choked. Your dollar value drops on a daily basis. People can't buy nothing, can't do nothing. You know, there's nothing there. What kind of freedom? Yep. That is what they're talking. Let me share with you the next video. Next video is very important. Again, if you don't have sound, that's fine, because the video that we're sharing with you, you don't need sound for it. I can always translate it for you. I'm waiting for you to also have it on your screen so that I can play it and explain it for you. Now you have it. Islamic Republic of Iran shot between drones and missiles. They shot 300 of them at Israel. The problem is, some of these came from Syria. They were shot out of Syria. Some got shot out of Iraq. Some got shot out of Yemen. And some got shot out of Iran. So 4 different locations, you know. Now from Iran, they shot a lot of missiles. Roughly about 200 came out of Iran. All of these 200 that Iran shot, and they boast, you know, they boast, we have ballistic missiles. Our missiles can go like close to 4,000 kilometers. We got missiles that can go from Iran to the heart of Europe. We got missiles that can do this, and we got missiles that can do that, and we got missiles that can do this. And then you all find out reality is completely different. All the missiles they have is whatever North Korea and Russia no longer want because it's obsolete and it's out of use, and they just have to take it somewhere and dismantle it, but they don't want to do that because it costs too much. They sell that to Islamic Republic of Iran, and Islamic Republic of Iran uses paint to paint on it, like death to Israel and death to the United States. And then Iran puts a name on it, some Arabic name, because, you know, they can't put a Persian name on it. They have to put an Arabic name because these 350 families that are in charge of Islamic Republic of Iran, they're not even Iranian, they're Arabs. So, you know, they got to put it in their own language, not the language of the people. So therefore, they have to put it in their own Arabic language. So they write all that crap. Now, 200 of these were shot out of Iran, and all 200 of them fell on the top of the head of the people in Iran. It didn't even leave Iran. You're looking at the video of it right now. Take a good look. He says these are the ones. He says we were taking videos in the street, and then these fell on us. He's telling the guy with the other light on the other side, don't come, because people are coming out of their houses with flashlight. They're looking to see what happened. What happened? That's the missiles. Islamic Republic of Iran was supposed to throw missiles at Israel, and it dropped all of them on the heads of the Iranian people, committing genocide, as it always does. Genocide is good business for Islamic Republic of Iran. Genocide. When in the West they say Genocide Joe, they got a point. He is Genocide Joe. He helps the Islamic Republic of Iran commit genocide on the people of Iran. And we all know Genocide Joe Biden is the father of Islamic Republic of Iran. He was the advisor to Carter when Carter put Islamic Republic of Iran on the map. Jimmy Carter called the leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran another cockroach named Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, the man who will bring peace to the Middle East. And now we're looking at the peace that Khomeini and his entourage have brought to the Middle East. Here's your next link from NPR. NPR, as you know, is the backbone news agency of Joe Biden. They are state-run media of the United States. They portray Joe Biden the best image. They write Israel shot down missiles and drones after Iran launched unprecedented attack. Problem is, Israel didn't shoot down any of Iran's missiles because Iran's missiles fell in Iran on Iranian heads. That leaves for us the country of Yemen, Iraq, and Syria. 3 countries. Well, it just so happens, as you remember, the Houthis in Yemen, they're in a war with a coalition of forces from United States, all the way down to England, down to some African countries even, some islands like Mauritius and others. No names. So all the missiles and drones that came out of Yemen, of course, United States shot them all down. So there's nothing from Yemen. That takes care of 2 countries. Only 2 more left. Iraq and Syria. Well, the Iraqis shot everything they could. Syria was close by, so, everything that Syria throws, Israel hit. The ones that Iraq shot, they went the distance to the West Bank. As you know, the Arabs living around Israel pretend to call themselves Palestinians when there's no more Palestinians because the Muslims committed genocide on all the original Palestinians who are actually Greek. And there is no more of them. The ones that are there today, they're all Arab. They just call themselves Palestinian, but they're Arab. I mean, what kind of a country has their very first president be from a different country? That is the case of the Palestinians. You remember Yasser Arafat, the first president of Palestinians? He's born in Egypt. He lived in Egypt, and lo and behold, he's the president of Palestinians. I guess Palestinians, they don't have anyone of their own. They have to bring an outsider to be their president, to be their first president. Not, later on, this is their first president. They couldn't become their own president. Of course not. They're all dead. Anyway, back to the story. Palestinian Arabs, the ones that think they're Palestinian, they live in two areas, West Bank and Gaza. Gaza is under war right now, and Hamas is being dismantled. That leaves West Bank. West Bank is beside Jordan. All these Iraqi missiles, they're all falling in West Bank. Now Israel tries to help these so-called Palestinians and tries to shoot down some of the missiles that are falling on their heads so less Palestinians can die. But I think that's a dumb move for Israel. They should just let them kill each other. Muslims love killing each other, apparently. They love it, So just let them. But in any case, Israel tried their best. However, out of the 99% of the missiles that were thrown, only 1% fell, and they fell in the West Bank, and they fell on top of a Bedouin. When you say Bedouin, you're not talking about Jews, you're talking about Arabs. Arabs are Bedouins. Bedouins are people that move around in the desert and don't live in any kind of city. They just move around in the desert. Well, the 10-year-old Arab Bedouin who was in the West Bank, he got hit by a missile. And all the missile could do was injure the poor guy. I mean, the guy didn't even die. The kid did not die. He only got injured. Okay? You throw 300 missiles and drones, and all you have to show for it is one 10-year-old child getting injured. You had 4 countries participate in this, and all you did was injure a child of your own. They did nothing to Israel. Nothing at all. I told you it was a show. Quickly, right after they threw these, and the parliament in Iran started their chant, the representative of Islamic Republic of Iran to UN decided to tweet for you. He's going to tweet what Iran is trying to tell you under Sayyid Cockroach Ali Khamenei, conducted on the strength of Article 51 of the UN Charter pertaining to the legitimate defense. They sound like they're lawyers, They got Article 51 of the UN Charter of Rights. Let's see what it says. Let's see. Iran's military. First of all, this wasn't Iran's military. This was the IRGC. That is Cockroach Ali Khamenei's personal terrorist group. Okay, they're the IRGC, Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps, not the Iranian military. See, they're different from each other. Military action was in response to the Zionist regime's aggression against our diplomatic premises in Damascus. Well, you're wrong. First of all, what you did is not in defense because your sovereign land was not hit. Second of all, you decided to put all your eggs in the basket of what happened last week in Damascus. And as the whole world remembers, the building that got hit by said missile of the Israelis was not the Islamic Republic of Iran's embassy, or rather it was the building beside it. Hence, the building beside it was destroyed, and as a result of the two buildings being so close to each other, some damage happened to a specific room in the embassy of the Islamic Republic of Iran. That specific room happened to just be the same room that 7 Iranian terrorists, including the one who's in charge of everything that happens in Syria and Iraq as far as terrorist organization works, Mohammad Reza Zadeh, got killed, including Arab Shia terrorists from the West Bank that were there holding a meeting with him. A bunch of people died, all terrorists. So the so-called Zionist regime didn't attack your embassy, attacked another building beside it. If you want to find faults with who's the culprit here, it has to be equally divided between Islamic Republic of Iran and whoever gave the permission in Syria for whoever built that Arab building beside you, because they were in close contact with each other to the point that if you attack one, it hurts the other. I mean, you should have learned from all the other countries around the world. When you have an embassy, make sure there is a lot of room between you and the other buildings. You have to have a buffer zone, so you won't be in close proximity like you were here. You're in close proximity to the point where if you hit that building, you get hit. It's your fault. You should have said to the government of Syria, no, do not give them permission to build so closely to us, because in case something happens to them, we'll get damaged. So the damages fall on your head for being stupid, and the damages fall on the government of Syria for allowing a building to be put next to you. Not Israel. I mean, Israel's not in charge of your embassy, and Israel's not in charge of the government of Syria to allow them to say yes or no to where people can build what. So Israel had no part in this. They had an Arab building, and you got damaged because you're close to it. It's your fault. The matter can be deemed concluded. Oh, that's it. Iran washed their hands. Now Joe Biden can jump in front of the TV and tell you, I stopped them. I talked to them. I talked to them behind the scenes and they stopped. They became a good boy now. I told them, don't. And then I said, don't. And then I said, don't. Then I sent Kamala Harris. And Kamala Harris did a hyena laugh. And then she said, don't. And then she said, don't. And because she said it, and I said it, we both said it, they stopped. However, should the Israeli regime make another mistake, Iran's response will be considerably more severe. More severe, ladies and gentlemen, more severe. You know what that means? This time, they're going to pick that Bedouin 10-year-old's brother, who's probably 8 years old, and not only him, but they're going to wait until when he has his cat in his arms and he's about to press the cat. They're going to hit the two of them with a missile so they can injure both the cat and the 8-year-old boy. That's right. It's going to be more severe, man. They're going to come out and they're going to take it on that family. And you know, that Bedouin family that pretends they're Palestinian, but they're Bedouin. Bedouins can't be Palestinians. Apparently they are. They're double dipping. They're in both pods. They're in the Arab pod and they're also in the Palestinian. It is a conflict between Iran and the rogue regime of Israel, from which and then we put capitals because we got to yell. U.S. must stay away. See? Now Biden can use that. This is the green light. This is the code where he's saying it in capital so that Biden can come out and say, you see? You see? If you look at this text that they send, you see? They're afraid of us. That's why they say they don't want us to be involved. They want us away. But as long as I'm here, they didn't catch and they didn't kill any Israelis because I'm the man. I'm the president. I can do something. And in reality, we all know he can't do anything. I mean, they've been bombing United States military bases since before October 7th and after October 7th. And Joe Biden can't do nothing. He hasn't done anything. He doesn't even want to pretend he knows about it. And now all of a sudden, Iran is afraid of Joe Biden? No way. I can't buy that. This is only a code. It's only a code that we pass the ball to you. Now use it so you can guarantee yourself a place for presidency for the next 4 years, so we can get down with the agenda of the globalist idea of World War III. That's all this is. And I know you're going to say, but Israel said they're going to respond. Yes, yes, yes. Israel will respond, no doubt about it. But Israel is not attacking Iran. What Israel will do is continue the path they've gone. They will find the leader of the terrorist groups that shoot these missiles from Iraq and Syria, and they will shoot at them inside of those two countries. They will continue to attack IRGC members in those countries to make sure that the pathway of sending more missiles to Lebanon's Hezbollah is not possible, and that the threat of terrorist organizations in Syria and Iraq are dealt with. That is what Israel is going to do. And that will hurt Islamic Republic of Iran, because they will lose more of their presence in those countries as these terrorists are killed. So Israel knows exactly what it's doing. And Iran is playing a game, but we caught them in the act. And we explain it to you. The way that no news media will do in the West, because they all have an agenda. Their agenda is closely tied with the globalist agenda, and they cannot deviate from that. They got to stick to it. But here, we're all about the truth, and we tell you the truth. So if you like our program, don't forget, use your finger, click on the subscribe button, join our program. We will do another one shortly after this program is over in Persian about the 23rd part of Jafar al-Sadiq, the Musa al-Kazim, the sadistic serial killer. And if time permits, after that, I will return to do another one for you in English of the part 23 of Musa al-Kazim, the sadistic serial killer. Until our next program, I leave you in the hands of Jesus. God bless.